helpful websites for web developers, and it should be pretty good. And I'll give you a couple examples. And as always, I'll put the links in the description so that you can check them out. And they're pretty cool. So let's go get them checked out. All right. All right, guys. So the first one up on our list of the top 5 helpful websites for web developers is this one. It is hiddentools.dev. And like I said, I'll leave these all linked in the description. But basically, it's just little tools to help make your web development and in general your computer experience a little bit easier, a little bit better. For example, go to VS Code. It has things like 100 Days of Code, shortcut menu bar. And I'll show you 100 Days of Code. It basically just allows you to, just gives you this tool of, you could sign up for and then go through 100 days of code training. Let's see some of the other ones. Icons, just icons that you can use for your website. Obviously, these are very popular these days. Let's see, typography, Font Joy, just some different alternatives to Google Fonts and stuff like that. Browsers here for I guess for developers, Firefox Quantum, shit like that. Domains, cheap domains or just good domains in general for web developers. Analytics, of course, there's not just Google. There's a lot of services that do that, but you wouldn't know. But this Hidden Tools website can show you that. It's got just a list of all these tools that you can use. So that's a good one. I'll put that in the description, of course. Our next one, number 2, this one, devhints.io. This is super useful, especially if you're just starting out and just in the beginning processes of learning to code, and maybe you take on a small project and then you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do or how to do this or whatever. This is basically, a lot of it is these little cheat sheets, like for React, for example. Here, it gives you a React component. You can import. It just gives you examples of what things of what things should look like in terms of your code and your syntax. And sometimes it's easier than going through the documentation. It just is a quick reference. How do I create a React component? Oh, okay, I got to type, the curly braces here. So this is definitely pretty cool. It's got ES6, where it shows you an example of block scoping. Let's see, new methods, repeat, promises. It goes through promises, destructuring, which is pretty cool. The spread operator, which when I was first starting out, that really messed me up. I had no idea how to use that properly. Standard functions, arrow functions, just a lot of great stuff in this one website. It's got Sass in here as well, just to show you the basic syntax of it. Color functions, how to set functions for color. Obviously, color functions. Let's see, other functions for Sass. Let's see what else they got here. And you could search here. They have bash commands, because you can run stuff through your terminal. Stuff like that. Pretty cool. Let's see. Whoops. Let's see. Let's type Angular. Let's see if they got Angular. Yeah, there you go. Angular JS cheat sheet. Let's see if they got Node. Oops. Package.json. Sorry, I think I typed it wrong. Package.json. References. Node streams. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. Shows you basic examples. This one is big. Because I feel like sometimes the documentation, as good as it is, it can be vague at times, especially the Node one. But anyway, devhints.io, I'll put that in the description below for you guys. Really, really cool, helpful one. All right. Next up, sorry guys, there's no music or anything, but I'm just sort of going through these. It's going to be a short video, but really it's about giving you guys the examples of and giving you the web address where you guys can go and check these out for yourself. Here's a pretty cool one that definitely, especially in the beginning, can be helpful. So basically this is caniuse.com, and basically what it does is it tells you what features of web development can be used in certain browsers and what certain browsers support. For example, Flexbox, CSS Flexbox, and here it has all the browsers, even, you know, some obscure ones, Samsung, Internet, etc., Firefox, Chrome, etc., and it tells you what versions of CSS Flexbox it supports. So, you know, if you ever have a question, you know, can I use, you know, arrow functions? Let's see if we can type that. Arrow functions. There you go, arrow functions. So Firefox, etc., of course, Internet Explorer. I respect that they have Internet Explorer on here. You know, most web developments, you know, Internet Explorer and even Edge are a thing of the past, you know, whatever. But anyway, I respect that. JavaScript functions, ECMAScript, you know, all the supported browsers. Let's see if they got like PHP. Now, of course, you know, okay. What's the other thing? I forget what it is. Anyway, let's see. Get a lot of stuff, third-party tools, you know. So anyway, so you know, you can search for certain things, certain web development aspects, you know, in which browsers they're good with. Oh, here you go. So you can search by browser comparison, select browser version to compare. CSS, security, SVGs, CSS, of course, Chrome. I guess these are different versions of Chrome, I would assume. Anyway, definitely worth checking out. So that is caniuse.com, and I'll leave that in the description below. And our next website, number 4, is this bundlephobia.com, and I'll leave that in the description. So basically what this does is it tells you the speed and the basically the memory cost of a certain package that you can use with NPM. Find the cost of adding an NPM package to your bundle, right? For example, if I type UUID to generate random user IDs, you can see the minified version is 8.1 kilobytes, minified plus gzipped is 3.3 kilobytes, download time is 8 milliseconds, and emerging, right? Composition, I mean, just all types of. So basically you can just search an NPM package and it'll tell you stats about it, how slow it will make your project. Like, let's type React router DOM, or I guess just React router, 18 milliseconds, so it takes a little bit longer, you know, I mean, obviously, but 18 milliseconds is not crazy, but you know, when you have 10, 20 packages installed that you're using, it could make a difference. You know, this is a really, really cool one. Let's try some other ones. Let's see if they do React Native. Yeah, React Native. Anyway, it's taking a little bit of time for some reason. Let's see. React render HTML, which is a package for React Native that takes HTML and renders it in React Native, because of course on mobile devices you can't use HTML or CSS. So 130 milliseconds, you know, that's a decent amount of time, and I'm working on a project now where I went with this for development purposes, and it does make it slower. So I mean, you can come here and check out a package before you go ahead and install it. So really, really useful. So you guys could play around with that. Our last one is not a big deal, but it can be helpful here and there. This is Codelf, or Codelf, I guess. Unbug.github.io/, Codelf or Codelf. I say Codelf. But basically, you can get ideas for how to name variables. So as you can see, I was testing with location, and it just gives you a bunch of different variable name possibilities. That's all it does. I mean, but sometimes it could be a lot. Let's see, and it even groups them: JavaScript, C Sharp, JavaScript. Just preferable variable names. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It does. It's not. You know, it's not revolutionary, but it's definitely helpful. They also have a GitHub where you can go to, which is pretty cool. All right, so that's it, guys. Short video today, but I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you find some of these websites helpful. And if you do, and if you wind up using them, please come back and let me know in the comments below. And I definitely would enjoy taking a look at that, because I could say I would definitely use at least a couple of these. So so let me know, and if you do wind up using one of these tools, then leave a like and consider subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, guys, take care. See ya.